Hola, it's Gabby here for Crafty Gabby, and today somehow we're going to continue the video that I just did 2 days ago, I believe, with the envelope with hearts, but I'm going to do it to decorate the door. I'm using this envelope that I have for a long time, and it's a big envelope, and I traced this envelope in a muslin fabric. After I traced it, I didn't cut it. I just saw the envelope first, and then I cut it. When you cut it, you have to clip the corners of the envelope, the little tiny gashes they have in the corners. Cut it like a half an inch away from the sewing line. The way the envelope, when you turn inside out, is going to be flat, and that's what we want. For helping the fabric to get his shape, I'm using skewers. This is a thick piece of wood. This is not the normal skewer that are tiny. This is a big piece of wood, and I cut it in tilted, the way have the sharp point, and to help to press the sewing part, and the envelope gave his shape. I'm going to cut the top part of the envelope also in cardboard or chipboard. You can use also cardstock, but have to be a very strong cardstock because we want to keep the shape of the top part of the envelope, because we're going to we need that part strong because we're going to hang them from there. I wet my fabric, damp my fabric. Well, I wet it and I squeeze it, and now it's damp and all wrinkled. That doesn't matter. And I stain it with coffee because I want the envelope to look all stained, like primitive vintage. Sorry for the noise. Airplanes are going through the top of my house. After I finish staining, I'm going to let it dry. You can accelerate this process with the hair dryer, but you can let it dry. Start doing another thing, maybe do your hearts for the envelope or the tag, whatever you want. You see, I'm damping with water and drying because I want some parts to be lighter than other ones. You just work on it till you have what you think you want. After I finish, I just iron a little bit the envelope. I didn't put this because I don't think it's. You can see me iron this, but I iron a little bit, not too much. I didn't want to press too much because I want some wrinkles on it. And I curl the cardboard and put it inside the envelope where it should be in the top part of the envelope. Do not close the envelope until you see that when you fold the size of the envelope and the bottom of the envelope to the top, you have the shade that you want. And remember to cut this cardboard that we put inside is cut a little bit smaller I would say half on an inch smaller than the pattern that we use, because that way it will fit very good to the top of the envelope and to the size, and it's going to put the size of the envelope in the right place. When you find what the right shape that you want, uh, you just pin it with a safety pin. Well, it's not a safety pin, it's a pin, because the safety pin, I think they close. I think it's different. With a pin, you that helps you to keep this shape, because you need to turn this again inside out, just the bottom part, because we're going to sew it from the inside. Also, we're going to sew it from the outside, but the outside is going to be more like decoration stitch. This one is I'm going to sew it with a lasso stitch, and it can be messy because we are going to see it, and you can do it fast, as you see it, and I'm doing here. I'm doing small stitches, a little bit careful, because I just want to grab the first top of the fabric. I don't want to the stitch go all the way through the other sides. You remember that you have double side fabric here. You grab just the first one on the back of the envelope, and then when you finish doing this, you just turn again the envelope to the right way, and then you're going to start stitching all around the bottom part. You can stitch the top part too, but remember you have cardboard there, and I know it's a little bit smaller, and you can do some decorating stitching there, and you can do the decorating stitching in any color that you want. You can do it in red, you can do it in blue, you can do it in red and blue. I did it just in ecru beige color. I use DMC floss for the whole thing, and you can see here I went to the top and I continue all the way to the top of the envelope. I didn't stop there. When I'm finished stitching, I'm going to put the envelope to the side, and I'm going to start making the hearts that are going inside the envelope. The first heart I did it with a die cut, and I just traced the die cut from side, and I'm going to sew and fill it up. But I need a bigger heart, and this one I just fold a plain paper in the half, and I cut a size that I think is going to be good for my for the envelope. You can cut the hearts in the size you want, but I want a big heart for the center of the heart. You can maybe want to put a lot of small hearts, or just two big one next to the other one. Is up to you. I do the same thing with the hearts. I trace them, I sew them, and I turn them inside out, and I stain it. The only one I stained was this one, because the fabric was white with red. The other one, the fabric was already like uh, already brown and red, because I stain a lot of my fabric beforehand, or I just buy them like that. I love primitive country, vintage, all. That's mostly the fabrics that I buy. I also like cute and glitter, and it's like I have to have a stash for cute and glitter and a stash for primitive and country. You see here, and stuff the heart, and then stuff it soft. I didn't put too much stuffing inside, because I want it soft, because I don't want to weigh too much to put it inside the envelope, because the envelope is going to then weigh too much, and it's no good. when I stuff my dolls, I stuff them to hard to the touch. This one is super soft, and I close the hole where I put the stuff in, and I did the same thing with the whole hearts. Now I'm going to rearrange the way that I think I want them. And when I finish rearranging, oh, I forgot this part. I need to put a little bit of the stuffing in the bottom of the envelope to help me to raise the hearts. But no worry about that because it's not going to get out. Nobody's going to see it because we are going to stitch the envelope to the heart, and those holes are going to close. Um, you see here I'm trying to rearrange all the hearts that I made a little heart, small heart, to put it in the front of the envelope. I didn't do this in camera, sorry about that, but it's the same process, just it was a small heart. You can do this also with foam, styrofoam, and you just how do you say, wrap them in fabric, or maybe you just paint them. When I decide where the heart is going to be, I just stitch 3 stitches to the envelope, 1 in the middle and 2 in each side of the heart. I leave this part completely. I know it's no fun to see somebody sewing something so slowly, but I want to leave this part because I want you to see in detail what I'm doing here. And I do this with the other hearts. You can glue them if you want. It's up to you. You can add hot glue in the back and put it and press it. You have the cardboard to protect the fabric. The glue is not going to be on the back, and if it's going to be on the back, it's okay because nobody's going to see because you're going to put it through the wall or in door. But I rather to stitch the hearts. Like I said before, I did it with all the other hearts, and I stitch it to the big hearts or I stitch it to the envelope. When I finish stitching all the hearts, I'm going to stitch the envelope to the big heart. I did this before stitching the small heart. If you're going to put the small heart in the envelope, I recommend to do this after you stitch the small heart in the envelope. Now I'm going to add a tag. This is a round tag to the envelope, and I'm going to add the word stamp the word love and XOXO. That means hugs and kisses or kisses and hugs. And I'm going to add a little bit of vintage photo distress ink to make it to look old or vintage. And I'm going to tie this to the small heart in the front of the envelope. You can leave the heart like this, it's for that I'm showing this, but I add dry flowers, dry small flowers here and there in between the hearts. And I didn't stop there. I didn't continue. You will see that I add more and more and more. But the last picture of this video is the way I leave this hanging in the door of my house. And since I made it, it's still there because we're still in February and Valentine Day is coming. But I think this is good enough to leave it in some part of your house all year round, I think. Okay, I add this one and you can leave it there. You can stop there, but I add roses, dry roses. and you can leave it there. And then I found this and I add these ones. This one I think they call it baby breath, I'm not sure. These are tiny flowers. They are very delicate. When I was doing it, I have to like touch it with very soft, because if not the flowers fall. And in the back of the envelope where we're going to hand it, I'm going to do this with floss with thread, and you will see I'm going to do 3 loops. I'm going to go back and forward inside the fabric and then loop, back and forward, loop, and back and forward inside the fabric and finish. After you can do, I did 3, you can do 5, or you can do 1 using a strong thread or floss, but with a strong thing it's going to be hard for the fabric, because we're using muslin, and muslin is not strong. Well, this one that I have is not strong. You can buy a strong muslin, but this one is not. This one is the cheapest one that I can find. I think it's $1 per jar or something like that. And after that, I'm just going to add glue to the 3 loops to make them a little bit stronger. And with your fingers, you just rub them, the way the loops stick together. And that's going to last a lot. I do this a lot in the dolls that I want to hang, that I don't want to sit in shelf. I do this and I never have a problem with this. When you finish this, your envelope is finished. And like I said, you can leave it with the roses, you can leave it with the brown flowers, you can leave it with the white and brown flowers. I just took the roses out. I like it, but I think it was a little bit too much. And I take the roses out and I leave it just with the white and the brown flowers. You will see the picture in a few seconds. Well, thank you for watching my videos. Until next time, goodbye.